Hello, this is basically just a little vlog for me for my revision for my media exam tomorrow. I'm doing the A2 MS4 Text, Industry and Audience. If you're doing the same and you watch this in time, or if you watch it next year or something, then that's good too, or if you're just revising for media. I was told about this website by my teacher called brianair.net, brianair.net. It's really, really good. Basically, a chief examiner has said what you need to do, what you need to put in. There's examples of questions on here and stuff. I'm just going to read some of it, explain a little bit about it, make it clearer. Okay. This is from the principal examiner Barbara Connell. In section A, be prepared to talk about the three main texts you have explored for each of your industries. Think about what each of your chosen texts tells you about genre, narrative, and representation. Be clear about what is important about each of these concepts. For example, narratives are generally constructed to reinforce or challenge dominant ideologies. Representations convey ideologies about the society we live in. Make sure you can discuss ideas like this in conjunction with examples from your chosen texts. Section B looks at industry and audience, so that would be how useful is the internet to your industry or something like that, which is probably going to pop up. As with section A, start but clear about what each of your chosen texts tells you about the industry you have studied and what they tell you about audiences and or users. As with section A, be able to support key points you make about your chosen industry or audience users by close reference to key moments or key aspects in your three main texts. You may well be using some audience theory to discuss audience issues. Always make sure you're applying these appropriate examples. Don't be afraid of questioning a theoretical perspective, but do give your reasons. So say if you've got the audience theories, hypodermic needle, hypodermic needle, two-step theory, uses and gratifications, and the reception theory. You need to know quite a bit about them to get a decent mark in this, to reference it. Let's have a look. Alright, section A will be a text question. Answer one question from this section, so there'll be two examples here. A1, to what extent are your chosen texts typical of their genre? You have to include things like, let's think, you've got to include things like conventions, iconography, image, use of dialogue, music and language, use of technical codes like the camera shots and stuff, iconography, and key signifiers. That would be what you need to do for the text side. If you're looking at a representation question, explore the different representations of either women or ethnicity in your chosen texts. You have to reference appearance, so that would be dress code, mode of address, characters and attitudes, stereotypical, traditional, challenging representations, theoretical perspectives like feminists, Gauntlet, Mulvey, things like that. Yeah, that would just reference it and give it your best shot. Section B would be industry and audience. So an example would be, how important is the internet? Oh, that's weird, I said that. How important is the internet to your selected industry? Refer to your chosen text in your answer. So at first glance, without reading that, I'll scroll up. Without reading it, how important is the internet to your selected industry? Refer to your chosen text in your answer. Just make sure you read the questions. First, I would say a little bit about the industry, what industries I've been looking at. So that would refer, and then say what they've used the internet for, how they've used it, what that's done for them, and then we're obviously keep referring back to the selected industries. So my industry, I do advertising, so that would be Lynx, Chanel, and Honda is the ones I've done. Here we go. Sites directly linked to the selected text, BBC website, film site, newspaper. Yeah, you've got a use of blogs, use of YouTube, social networking sites. Yep, all the advertisements. Let's have a look. How effectively is your selected industry regulated? Refer to your chosen text. Candidates are likely to begin with a brief overview of the regulatory body for their selected industry. Please look for accuracy here. These texts should be referred to in the response, but these may not be balanced. Right, points covered for that one. Code of practice, the regulatory guidance, appropriateness for target audience. So say if it was a links advert and there's lots of sexy women, they wouldn't be targeting young boys, but they are at the same time. So if you're doing links, that's a good thing to say, because not many really old men wear links, but quite a lot of under 18-year-olds do wear links. I remember going into the changing rooms when I was younger at Redruth School, and it would just stink of the really crappy standard links. So that obviously got through. Subject matter and content, the language, the images used, the placement and the distribution of the selected industry. So I'm looking at advertising, so it'd be self-regulatory. The Advertising Standards Authority, the ASA, that's important. They're the people that, you know, regulate this sort of stuff. The authority operates according to the CAP code of AD practice. The extensive monitors and responds to complaints. Legal constraints, the Trade Description Act, what they can and can't do, what they can say and what they can't say, etc., etc. How successful has your chosen text been for their industry? If I was doing advertising, it says here to do product sales, brand awareness, issue awareness, word of mouth, so talked about, and awards that the adverts have got. Most media texts target a range of different audiences. How true is this for your chosen texts? Candidates are asked to explore the audience for their chosen text. Frequently, responses will be dependent on examples selected and may be different for each discussed. Some candidates may concentrate their responses on the way the texts are marketed to different audiences, referring to advertising and promotional techniques, whilst others may discuss the content of the text themselves and elements within them which target different audiences. Higher level candidates may combine these two approaches, so if you combine both of those, you'll get a higher level. And that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Take a look at that website. I'm going to do a practice essay now, so see you later.